welcome into What the Music. I am, as always, excited to bring you the latest and greatest in music, and I have yet done it again, found another cool band. I'm talking, of course, with Aaron Gonzalez and Carlos Garza from Lost at Sea. Guys, so welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you guys on. As always, I really enjoy what you guys are doing with music, and of course, you guys do have a debut album that is out now. You can get it everywhere. I'm going to have links to the iTunes and of course to the Spotify, and so go make sure and check that out. Of course, I'm talking about Motion Sickness debut. This is an interesting album, to say the least. We're going to get into that in 1 second, but I just played the song Push and Pull, and I did get to see the music video, which I did put on the show notes, so I encourage you guys to log on to entertheshell.com and check that music video out. Very traditional video about seeing the perspective of the band's life on the road. Tell me about that, because it's very different from the song that I previously played earlier in the show, which was the Albatross, which is a more traditional music video. But first, tell me about Push and Pull and this idea of just putting all these wonderful clips of you guys, playing live together, and just the shenanigans that go on while on tour.
We had a different name. We changed it. So we wanted to pay tribute to all the experiences that we'd had before, all our time on the road, and how that led us to kind of where we're at now. And it's just a lot of fun to go down memory lane.
You're not the first band that has changed their name in recent that I've talked to. It's, at first it was very taboo to change your name because of, the notoriety that you guys had. But I feel it's a lot different now with social media, because all you have to do on social media is just change it right there, and everybody knows, okay, I'm still following the same band. The only thing that's changed is just their name. Tell me about that decision to change your name.
Kind of a tough one, because you get used to holding on to calling yourself something. But in retrospect, our old name, we used to be called Carrasco. It was not doing us any favors, to put it nicely. To put it not so nicely, it was kind of a dumb name. We'd be in, I'd be in a cab somewhere small talking with a cab driver, and he asked, just talking about music, it's hey, what's your band name? It's Carrasco. Carrasco what? Nobody remembers that name first go around. You have to introduce it a couple of times, and, big mess. But we get into the studio to record Motion Sickness, and Ace, our producer, starts talking to us about, so tell me about your name. Carrasco, what does that mean? And Aaron gives, the thought process behind that name, and Ace tells us, okay, love the message, hate the name, don't like looking at it, pisses me off just to say it, you guys need to change it. And so it was just kind of obviously that's the answer, but now having somebody tell us, you guys are dumb, you need to change it, was kind of the nail in the coffin for our old band name. Yeah.
I will say he was not quite that mean, but the point still stands very much so. He was very direct about it.
Yeah. Well, let's get into, Push and Pull, great song, and kind of the idea of that song going further. I know this is your next single that has been released from the album, of course, Motion Sickness, which is available streaming everywhere. I got to stream it on Spotify, and just to give you guys some more, love from that. And the streams on Spotify have been overwhelming for you guys with Motion Sickness. And it's weird because I know that Push and Pull is your first single. However, I noticed that, of course, the Albatross and the 2 other songs are really gaining more momentum than that. It's exciting, but how do you feel about Push and Pull just kind of coming out the gate right now?
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, we'd had the Albatross, Collider, and On My Own as the singles that we put out before the album came out. But yeah, the response to Push Pull and the music video have been great. People have really latched onto the song, and I think partially because I think it feels like a summer song, like one you can sing with the windows rolled down.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So. This is a summer album. Definitely. The craziest part that I learned about this album was you guys finished it in the great 2019, whereas a lot of bands, they went on in 2020 and, that's when they kind of did all their music. What was it that made you guys want to wait so long? It's essentially 2 years that you had to wait for this debut to come out.
Definitely a tough decision. With everything that started happening in March of last year, it was kind of up in the air on what the right thing to do with our new music is, and if we'd be able to get out and support it. So while we were sitting thinking about it, we were lucky enough to get in contact with Revival Records, which is our current record label, and just kind of bouncing back and forth strategies with them, it made sense to wait a little bit and see where the world would be so that we could hopefully tour it pretty soon after we released. I guess that's the short story of wanting to wait for so long. Just trying to get to a place where we can play it in front of as many people as possible.
Very cool. How are things out there in Texas where you guys reside? Have things opened up, and have you guys started playing some shows?
Things are they're slowly opening up, and we have 2 shows on the docket now. So we'll be getting back out very soon, and we're planning tours and hopefully going to be able to announce them soon. Any
stops here in Los Angeles?
We have not planned to get out that far yet, but it is it's on the list for sure. That's where a lot of our listeners are.
Yeah, I totally gravitate to you guys' sound, and for you guys not to come out here is somewhat of a disservice, but it's cool.
Just for you, we'll go out west.
Deal. Just as long as you're not performing on a Friday. Just don't make it a Saturday or maybe a Thursday, and I could definitely meet out there. One of the funniest things about meeting you guys, and one of the things that I love, is how adaptable you guys are.
I think over the last year, with everything going on, we've made a really conscious effort of being 1, super flexible, and 2, putting ourselves in position to be more flexible so we can meet people where they are,
Yeah, very, very cool. Thank you. And not only that, but I also love what you're doing with partnering up with nonprofits. I saw you guys partnered up with To Write Love on Her Arms, which is a nonprofit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, suicide. You guys did a special T-shirt with Anxiety, and it sold out. Wow. Tell me about partnering up with Anxiety and with, of course, To Write Love on Her Arms, and how you feel about the shirt being sold out.
Yeah, it was super cool. I mean, we got in contact with Devin and Ashley from Anxiety through our booking agent. And, we hit it off. We got on a call. And, I loved what they were doing, because their big thing is, connecting bands to artists and bands and artists to nonprofits, and just trying to make sure that everyone benefits from the shirts that they sell. So it's a really cool concept, and the people are genuine, and so I was like, well, how can we help? So we just got in on it. The designer is from Germany. I think his name is Philip. Yeah. It's got an extra P or L or something like that. But he banged out the the illustration, and it's so cool. And then like Carlos and I, like we'd been paying attention to Write Love on Our Arms for, I don't know, 15 years or so.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was just the coolest thing because like I love their message and what they do to help people. And I was telling Aaron that if I would have told myself 15 years ago that I'd be partnering with To Write Love in Her Arms at some point in my career, I wouldn't have believed myself. It was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Something that may sound crazy, but what I truly do love, not only about your album that is out now and available everywhere, make sure to go check it out, Motion Sickness, is that your songs are like super short. They're like 3 minutes or less, and it really makes for such a good concept, because I'm just kind of flying through the songs. I know in this particular genre, it's good to have, short songs, but the way you guys do it, it's perfect. It's just like, here's a song, boom, and then we're out, and then here is another song. Was that a subconscious thing?
No, it was very conscious.
That's something we've been working on that for years. Like when we first started, we were writing 5-minute songs, and it was too much. And just slowly over the course of like recording ourselves and like being very honest with ourselves, it's like there's a core message here that we are putting fluff around that doesn't need to be there. So it's like, how do we tell these stories without being verbose like I'm being right now,
It's essentially just like getting out of your own way. And we had a lot of help from Nick and Ace, our producers, who were like, why are you saying so many words? Why does this song need to be this long? Just like cut it out. And it was so uncomfortable at first. But, looking back, even, a day or two before we were like going to leave the studio, I was like, oh, well, this makes sense. Like, why would I need to say more? Why would we need to keep playing for longer? Like, this is the song.
Another cool thing too, and I don't know if you guys are still doing this. I believe it's sold out, but I wanted to get your thoughts on your album Motion Sickness. I know you guys did some pre-orders, and people were gonna get handwritten lyrics to one of the songs, and you only did it for 10.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did each of you guys each take one song and then handwrite it, or was that the responsibility of one person?
That was me.
That was Aaron. Everyone else in the band, one, has awful handwriting. And it just made sense to have our best penman. Is that what it is? Calligrapher, if you will.
Scribe.
Write these lyrics. Yeah.
How much pressure was that? Did you go through a few different times, or was it just one shot, one kill?
I got through 6 songs completely without messing up. I get to song like 7 or 8, and I thought to myself, oh yeah, I'm doing great. And then I mess up the first verse. And I'm not looking, I'm just doing it from memory, right? And then I proceed to go through 3 different versions of song 9 or something. So, the moral of the story is get your ego out of there.
Well, so what'd you do with those other ones? Did you throw them away, or are you saving those for limited edition? Packages, okay, these are limited edition.
These are the ones that I scribbled out.
Yeah, because people like that. You know what I mean? People like.
Well, I mean, they're right there. I have a few more. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you act now and buy another bundle and write in that you want one of those, I'm sure you'll be able to do that, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and I also saw, what I like too, I saw that you were using that wax thing, and
that's so much fun.
It looked fun. It reminded me of what's that HBO show with the dragons? Yeah, it very much reminded me, very reminiscent of that. So that was super cool. Are you guys going to use that on anything else?
We have it.
Yeah, we have it. So
official
probably,
forms.
Yeah.
Very cool. One last thing before I let you guys go, and I'm going to direct this specifically towards Carlos. I hear you were quite the grill master, and so wanted to get some grilling tips. We are in somewhat grilling season, so wanted to get any advice or tips that you can give out to any bands that are about to go on tour. Do you guys take a barbecue out on tour and do it like that?
I'm not going to say I haven't thought about it. Let's see. Barbecue tips. I don't know how specific I want to get. Get a charcoal chimney. That's my tip, because lighter fluid is for chumps. There.
That is a tip. I've dabbled with those charcoal chimneys, and that's for the advanced. You know what I mean? That's what I tell people. I've since moved on to the coals that already have the lighter fluid in them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, here's another one. Carlos, what is your beer of choice while grilling?
Oh, beer of choice, Dos Equis. While grilling. Any other time it's Lone Star, but if you're over a grill, you have to have Dos Equis.
Okay, duly noted.
Yeah, very important. Write that down. I don't see you taking notes.
Well, I'm recording this, so I can,
okay,
go back later. Yeah. I'm in the midst of directing, doing other things. Very cool, guys. Super excited to have you guys on. I truly enjoy what you guys are doing. And for more information, go ahead, check them out, lostatseaofficial.com. I'm going to have links to their Facebook, their Twitter, their Instagram, and of course their YouTube. And of course, if you want to purchase it on Apple Music, I'm going to have that link. Or if you just want to stream it on Spotify, which I highly suggest. You can either buy it, stream it, do both. Help out this band as much as possible. I streamed it, and it was a fun stream. So make sure to go check out Motion Sickness out everywhere. And again, lostatseaofficial.com for more info. I know they have a link to their mailing list, so make sure to go check all that out. The last song that I'm going to play, I believe it's a premiere. And if it's not, lie to me and tell me it is. But I believe it's New Eyes. They gave me New Eyes to play, and I saw that it really, I saw the Albatross and Collider and Push and Pull. So I don't know if this is an exclusive or not, but thank you so much for allowing me to play it. Can we talk a little bit about the song before we play it?
Yeah, it's. I think it's collectively one of our favorite songs on the record. We tend to play a little bit more aggressive, especially live. So this one we're looking forward to. But it's a song about, it's a retelling of Plato's story of the cave, or allegory of the cave. I kind of thought about when Neo wakes up in the first Matrix in that big bowl of goo?
Yeah.
That's kind of like some of the imagery that I was pulling from when I wrote it. Okay. But really, it's Plato's allegory of the cave.
And it's my favorite song to play. So
yeah.
So perfect. A perfect song to leave out with. Again, the band Lost at Sea. The album, which go get it, out now, Motion Sickness. And again, for more information, lostatseaofficial.com. And make sure to mention, if you do purchase an album, about those other lyrics. I'm sure they'll send it to you. So it's even more of an exclusive, because it has all the wrongness and stuff like that, which, is more valuable sometimes. So, make sure to go check that out. Guys, thank you so much for being on the show. Truly, truly appreciate it. And, we leave you now with New Eyes.